What's up guys, welcome back to the Phono Guy, and in this video we are going to do a speed test between the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro 2K17 and the Samsung Galaxy J7 2K16. So without any further delay, let's get started. And as we know that this is the newer model and it has 3GB of RAM with the processor 7870, which is the Exynos version, and this one also has the Exynos 7870 with 2GB of RAM. And now we are going to compare them side by side to see that what are the key differences in the speed comparison of both the devices. So let us now start the both devices. Both the devices are turned off. We start the both devices in 1, 2 and 3 here, and you can see that Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro was a bit quicker in starting the device, but the lead is here with the Samsung Galaxy J7 2K16, and Samsung Galaxy J7 2017 is just lagging a little behind Samsung Galaxy J7 2K16, which is just amazing to note here that the older version is leading in the boot up process here. And let's see what happens, who wins this round here. And here Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro loaded a bit earlier than the Samsung Galaxy J7 2K16 here. Now we move to the app speed test comparison between both the devices, and now first we check out that there is no app running in the background in both the devices. You can see that there is no app running in the background in both the devices, and both the devices are now connected to the same internet connection. So we proceed to the test here, and starting with the phone application, we started in 1, 2 and 3. And it is a bit quicker on the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro 2K17 than the older version here. And moving next up to the calendar application in 1, 2 and 3, and it was quicker on the older version here, 2016 model here. And moving to the next, we have the camera application here, and we launch it in 1, 2 and 3, and it was almost the same on both the devices here. And moving to the next application, we have Gallery Air, and we open it in 1, 2 and 3 here, and it was a bit quicker on the Samsung Galaxy J7 2K16 model. And moving next up, we have the Play Store here, and we open it in 1, 2 and 3, and let's see which device opens it faster, and J7 Pro 2K17 has opened it faster here. And moving to the next application, we have a Temple Run 2, and we play it in both the devices at the same time again. And let's see which device loads it faster here, and it is going faster on the latest version, the J7 2K17 model here, and it is a little bit behind on the 16 model here. And let's see, and here we go, it is just getting earlier on this model here, the 2017 model, and it is a bit late on the previous model. And moving to the next application, we have here the color switch, and we open it in 1, 2 and 3, and let's see which device loads it faster. And it is again faster on the 2K17 model here. And moving next to pinout, we open it in 1, 2 and 3, and you can see that it is opening almost at the same time on both the devices here, and it is a bit quicker on the latest version here. And moving next up, we have the Facebook here, and we log into the Facebook on both the devices, and it was again quicker on the J7 Pro 2K17 model. And moving next up, we have YouTube, and we open it 1, 2 and 3, and let's see which device opened it faster. And it was a bit quicker on the J7 Pro 2K16 model, and here it took a lead here than the J7 Pro 2K17 model. And moving next up, we have the Instagram here, we open it in 1, 2 and 3, and it was almost the same on both the devices. And moving next up, we have the Amazon, and we open it in 1, 2 and 3, and it was a bit quicker on J7 Pro 2K17 model, and it is still loading on that older version of the device. And moving next up, we have the Chrome application, and we open it in 1, 2 and 3 here, and let's see which device loads it faster. And it was almost the same on both the devices again here. And moving next up, we have the Photoshop here, and we open it in 1, 2 and 3, and let's see which device loads it faster. And it was a bit quicker on the J7 Pro 2K16 model than the latest version of this device. Moving to the final application, we have Lapsit Air, and here we will retrieve a video clip of almost 10 to 12 seconds here, and we open both the applications here to do that process here, and we go into the gallery in both the devices, and we have the same clip on the top in both the devices. We try to go into the details, and here we go into the details, and we press this button, the render button, at the same time on both the devices to see which device renders this clip faster in 1, 2 and 3. And we create the video, and you can see that, and it is almost the same again on both the devices, and it was a bit quicker on the Samsung Galaxy J7 2K16 model than the latest version of this device. So now all the applications are running in the background here, you can see that, and we now start opening all the applications again one by one to see whether the applications are still running on the background. This one has the 3 GB of RAM, and this one has the 2 GB of RAM, and here is the true comparison that which device can hold more applications running in the background. So we start from the beginning again, and the phone application is still running, and it was slow on the older version 2K16 model, and the calendar application is still open here, and the camera application is again loading on both the devices. Both the devices can't keep it open in the background. And moving to the gallery application, and it's I think it's open in the background here, and moving to the Play Store, which is connected to the internet, and here we will see, and it is still open in the background in both the devices. And moving to the Temple Run 2, and here we can see that both the devices are loading it again. So we leave it for the loading and move to the next application. We have Color Switch, and let's see what happens here, and it is still playing in both the devices. So moving to the pinout here, and it is again loading in on both the devices. So it means that the heavier games cannot be kept open in both the devices. Both the devices will not keep games which are heavier or have more taking more space in the cell phone than the smaller games which take lesser space. These applications are kept open, while the larger games are not kept open in the background. Moving to the next, we have the Facebook here, and it is again loading in both the devices. And moving to the next, YouTube, and you can see that it is again loading in both the devices. And similarly the Instagram application, and it is kept loaded, I think it is kept loaded in both the devices in the background. And moving to the Amazon app, and it is still opened in the background, and here it is loading again. You can see that clearly that the older version, the 2K16 model, loaded this application again. And moving to the next, we have Chrome browser, and here it is still open, and it is opening it again, and that's the difference again. So moving to the next, we have Photoshop, and it is still open, and it is still open in both the devices. Lapset, we have rendered the clip, and where we left it, it is still there. So you can see that the 3 GB of RAM is supporting well to the latest version, the J7 2K17 model, and it has a 2 GB of RAM, which is not keeping all the applications running in the background. So that was the speed test comparison between both the devices, and I hope you liked this video, and if you did, then give this video a thumbs up, and up to the next video, bye bye.